Hey everyone, it's Gabriel here, and just a quick disclaimer before I start this video. I am not a doctor or medical professional. Whatever I'm going to share with you is my own research and what I've tried on my own body. I'm just some guy on YouTube, so please do your own research before you take any of my advice. So today I want to share with you 8 ways to hack your body to achieve incredible productivity and increase your intelligence level so that you can get 10 hours of quality work done with only 2 to 3 hours. So listen up and pay attention, because if you cannot just focus for 10 minutes on this video, that's probably why you find it hard to be productive in anything else. And as usual, if you're new to my channel, I appreciate the early thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, as that will help to push this video to more people. And subscribe to my channel where I release a new video every week on business, marketing, productivity, and personal finance for entrepreneurs. These are my experiences from building multiple 7-figure and 8-figure businesses from my home by optimizing my entire life, which has allowed me to travel around the world, do the things I love with the people I love. I'm also on a journey of investing my profits from my business for absolute financial freedom, so I share what I'm investing from time to time. I will also be giving out courses on how I build and scale a 6-7-figure business online worth thousands of dollars for free. I run an ad to my subscribers for this giveaway, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. Now back to the video. Before we can increase our intelligence level, we need to first define what is intelligence. And I define it as the ability to solve complex problems in the shortest period of time. Now, if you've been watching my previous video, I shared that I run 2 companies, one in the 7-figure range and another in the 8-figure range. I'm also a husband and a father, and at one point in my life, I was so burnt out and so busy with my business that my relationship with my wife and my health suffered. I knew that if I don't do something about it, it's going to get worse, and honestly, what's the point of having so much money if my marriage isn't happy, if I'm not happy, if I'm burnt out, and I'm suffering from all kinds of health problems. So I made some drastic changes in order to stay productive, achieve more in my business without compromising on other areas of my life. And in order to do that, I had to learn to work lesser hours but still achieve more or higher quality work. Instead of working 8 to 12 hours every single day, what if I was able to work only 2 to 3 hours on some days but yet produce 10-hour worth of quality work? That question led me to find the answers, and I believe that the answer to that is the ability to do deep work and to enter flow state at will. You can watch my previous video about flow state, I'll put the link up in the description. Now, if you want to enter into flow state and to focus for a prolonged period of time, you need to have more energy to do that. And that's the reason why you need to first fix your body. So think about the time that you had stomach upset because you ate something wrong. And for the whole night, you just kept going to the restroom and you were not even able to sleep well. What happens the next day? Is your energy level high or low? Were you able to focus or not? Do you have motivation to work or not? This is the reason why our body affects our focus and our mental health. Here's another example. Let's say we're gonna have a one-night boxing competition, but I show up drunk and I have lack of sleep, and I'm inflamed, and that causes brain fog, which means I cannot focus. What do you think is gonna happen in the fight? You can probably beat me with one hand. Now let's replace the boxing competition with business. And in business, it's not just a one-night competition. It is every single day for years. If I show up drunk and tired and lack of sleep most of the time for my business, my competitor is going to easily beat me because I am not at my 100%. So fixing your body equals high energy level, and high energy level equals higher level of focus, and higher level of focus equals to increased intelligence. Because if you abuse your body, that equals to low energy, and that equals to low focus, and that results in you being stupid. Studies have now shown that if you are tired and you have low energy and low focus, you tend to make riskier and lousier decisions. There's a lot of crazy advice out there. I've personally spent at least 6 figures on all kinds of supplements and diets and biohacking stuff, which some work and some do not work. And I won't be able to cover all of that in this video. So I'm gonna just stick with things that I've tried that are simple, that anyone with any budget can do. So before I go into the 8 hacks, it's also important to understand this one more thing. First is that in order for you to increase your energy level, you want to increase mitochondria function. Basically, what a mitochondria is that it is a cell in your body that produces energy. It is a battery that produces energy for your body. So imagine if you're like a Tesla, then mitochondria is like the battery pack powering the car. And before we add stuff to improve mitochondria function, we need to first find out what are the things that are destroying mitochondria function. Before you add anything, always remember to first remove. The number one enemy of a healthy mitochondria function is inflammation. Now I know it may start to sound complicated, so let's make it simple. Increased mitochondrial function, good. Inflammation, bad. So here are 8 ways to reduce inflammation and to increase mitochondrial function. I will separate them into 4 things to avoid and then 4 things to add. Number 1, avoid sugar, processed food, and any kind of junk food in general. This includes your McDonald's, your KFC, your pizza. These are damaging stuff that creates free radicals in your body. In short, free radicals are what makes your car engine rusty. So by putting all this stuff in your body, it is increasing inflammation and is slowing things down. Now you've probably heard a lot of advice like this, but now you know why. Now someone in my previous video was commenting and asking me, what about sugar from fruits? Now sugar is sugar. When your body burns it, it creates free radicals. Again, that's the stuff that rusts your engine. However, some fruits and vegetables, even though they are high in sugar, they are also high in antioxidants. And antioxidants help to combat the rust from the free radicals. This is the reason why sugar taken from fruits and vegetables are different from processed sugar. So again, you want to do your research because not every fruit are high in antioxidant. Number 2, avoid alcohol. And this is hard for me because I used to take alcohol all the time, and there has been a lot of research or studies saying that alcohol is healthy, certain alcohol like red wine, drink it once in a while, it provides long-term health benefits. The truth is that alcohol creates inflammation in your body, and that results in an unhealthy mitochondrial function. Those research that says that certain types of alcohol like red wine provides health benefits, if you go and do some research on those research, they are usually funded by companies selling alcohol. I'll just leave it as that. The only benefits of alcohol I feel is more psychological. Having some kind of drinks with your friends once in a while, keeps you happy. And happy people generally live longer. So it's something I still take once in a while when I'm with my friends or when there's a party, but I generally avoid it as much as possible now. And even when I do take it, I take it in serious moderation. Number 3, avoid lack of sleep. And this is hard for our culture. We have a very hustle culture nowadays. We have people like Elon Musk who sleep 4 to 6 hours a day. And what you gotta understand is not every one of us can be Elon Musk and have the kind of money like Elon Musk. You want 8 hours of solid sleep. Sleep is the way your body repairs itself. If I were to go deep into sleep, there will be another video by itself. So I'm just going to cover some of the things that you need to understand. The first thing is that you need to know sleep cycle, mainly deep sleep and REM sleep. Deep sleep is when your brain is shut off, you're not dreaming, and the body is repairing itself. REM sleep is when you are dreaming, and that's where the brain is repairing itself. So it goes in a cycle. So deep sleep and REM sleep helps your brain and body repairs itself. And this is the reason why you want to get more deep sleep and REM sleep. It also doesn't mean if you have a full 8 hours sleep, it means that you are getting quality sleep. There are things that you can do to increase your REM sleep and your deep sleep. For REM sleep, there are certain supplements which I will include in the link in the description on what you can take to actually increase your REM sleep. The other one is deep sleep. One of the things I do to increase deep sleep is by cutting out junk light after 6 p.m. You see, our body have this thing called circadian rhythm, which means that your body naturally knows when it's daytime and when it's nighttime. However, in a recent decade where there is smartphone and there's computer and these are lights that mimic sunlight. And because of that, our body do not know when is daytime and when is nighttime. So by removing junk light in the evening, it helps to tell your body that it is nighttime, and your body will start to prepare for sleep, and you will start to produce some chemicals in your brain like melatonin to help you to fall asleep. So what are the ways to remove junk light? Other than turning on night mode on your smartphone where when your screen become orange, you can do that for your desktop as well. You also can get a pair of blue light blocker that looks like this. So this blue light blocker will block out all this junk light that mimics sunlight. So my body will start to prepare itself and tell itself that okay, it is nighttime, approaching nighttime, and my body will start to get ready for sleep. And it's much easier for me to fall asleep this way, and I usually see my deep sleep increase. If you want to be extreme, you can get this. So I used to wear this 2 hours before bed. Now this is the extreme version, and this is something that you wear 1 to 2 hours before bed. So I'll wear the normal one, and 1 to 2 hours before bed, I will switch it to this one. So this blocks out all light, and all I see is red light, and red light does not interfere with your sleep. Now again, it's up to you to test. Everybody's body is different. I find that when I wear this, it doesn't really help me to go into deep sleep, but some people swear by it. The other problem is that I look ridiculous because if I'm wearing this 1 to 2 hours before bed, I don't think I look the most attractive to my wife, if you get what I mean. So, with this aside, how then do you track your sleep? You can get yourself an Aura ring, which I wear on my finger right here. So what is an Aura ring? Basically, it's a ring that tracks your sleep so that it tells you your REM sleep and your deep sleep in the next morning. If you don't want to spend $300 on an Aura ring, you can probably get some app on your smartphone that can help you to track your sleep. Even though it is not the most accurate, it still does the job well enough. So once again, being sleep deprived constantly is the worst thing you can do to your body because your body cannot repair itself. And remember alcohol? So even though alcohol feels like it knocks you out, alcohol is actually really bad for your sleep quality because it actually prevents deep sleep. So you are unconscious, but your heart rate is so high and your body is unable to repair itself. It's almost like you are sleeping, but your body is running a marathon. So please do not take any alcohol 4 to 5 hours before bed so that it does not affect your sleep quality. Number 4, what I've told you are the general stuff. Now, it's hard for me to tell you the specific stuff you need to avoid because everybody's body is different. So take a DNA or a sensitivity test. Honestly, the biggest lie in the diet and supplement market is that there's a one-size-fits-all supplement or one-size-fits-all diet. Certain supplements may be good for certain type of people but toxic to another. Certain types of food are toxic to certain types of people but not for others. Here's an example. Some people are okay with gluten. Gluten are the stuff that you find usually in wheat product. And some people are not sensitive to gluten. I'm personally sensitive to gluten, so that's why I avoid it. So take a test to know for sure and generally avoid those foods that are bad for your body that causes inflammation. Okay, so now that we've talked about the things to avoid, let's talk about the things to add. Number 5, intermittent fasting. Research have shown that fasting increases mitochondria function. 16-8 fasting is a good example. You can do this about once or twice a week to see the benefit. Usually the schedule is very simple. Usually you stop eating at 9 PM and then you start eating at 1 PM the next day, therefore fasting for 16 hours. So all you gotta do is really skip breakfast and supper. This is why I generally skip breakfast in the morning because I'm fasting. And by the way, it also helps a lot to not have to think about breakfast when you're working. And when you eat, your body is spending energy to digest your food, which makes your ability to focus much harder. This is also why I love to do deep work in the morning while I'm fasted, because I have higher level of concentration. Usually by the time I have lunch, my energy level will dip. Number 6, you can try a ketogenic diet if your body is suitable for it. Basically a high fat, low carb diet. See, when your body is burning fats for energy, it is feeding on ketones, and when your body is burning carbs for energy, it is feeding on glucose. Now, studies have shown that when your body is burning ketones for energy, it helps to improve mitochondria function. And when you combine this with intermittent fasting, you will see a significant result. Number 7, exercise. Now, I know this should be a given, but I want to talk about why. When you age, your mitochondria function naturally starts to decrease. And more recent studies have shown that when you exercise, it is actually a natural way for your body to reverse aging and therefore improving mitochondria function. Now, I go to the gym about 2 to 3 times a week and I have a 1 cardio session every single week. And each time I'm at the gym, I will spend about 45 minutes to an hour. A simple 15 minutes high intensity workout 2 to 3 times a week is also proven to be good enough if you hate going to the gym. And number 8, cold exposure. There are more research now showing that cold exposure helps to improve mitochondria function. This is the reason why things like ice bath and cryotherapy, where you enter into a machine with freezing temperature, is getting really popular. But it is expensive and not everyone can afford it. And honestly, who got the time to set up ice bath every single day? I really admire those people who can do it every single day because I cannot. I have a friend who bought a big freezer and just put water in it and they can just jump in anytime they want. So if you cannot afford that, a cold shower is still good enough. So when I shower, it will still be warm water, but towards the last part, I will turn it up to cold and I'll just stand there for about a minute. Make sure that your chest and forehead area is covered by the cold water for at least 10 to 20 seconds each time. So that's it. 8 ways to hack your body. Now, you don't have to do all 8 ways at one go because if you do that, you will find it hard to maintain the habit of doing all 8. I personally recommend testing out 1 or 2 ways that I've shared, and then once you see results from it, it will give you the momentum to try out new ways. I didn't start out all 8 ways at one go. I started one by one, and today I do almost all 8 consistently. I'll cover different types of supplements that I spend almost $20,000 a year on in another video if you are interested, because I don't want this video to drag too long. So let me know in the comment section what's your biggest takeaway and if you're interested to see another video on the supplements I take. If you find all this information useful, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That's all I have for you today. Bye for now.